Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing My Ex is Silent. What does it mean? I provide audio coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast, and today we are discussing My Ex is Silent. What does it mean? So if you have gone through a breakup, it can feel like everything is confusing, scary, and strange. If your ex is silent after a breakup, it can feel unnerving, as if someone has flicked a switch. In today's podcast, I'm going to discuss 3 points to consider regarding an ex being silent. So let's get straight into this, and number 1 is if you're a dumper. So if you're a dumper and your ex is silent, this is likely because they are recovering from the breakup and moving forward with their life. They are respecting your decision, and you should be understanding of this. So if you've changed your mind about the breakup and if you want to reconnect now, then you need to contact your ex ASAP, because at some stage they will get into a new relationship. Now, of course, I don't know as for the reason, as for why you may have ended your relationship with your ex. But for whatever reason that may have been, your ex is now single and they have been dumped. You are the dumper, they are the dumpee, and they are likely going through a challenging time after being rejected. That is a natural human response. So you should be thinking to yourself that they are likely going through the recovery process after being dumped, dusting themselves down, and then moving forward with their life. If you ended the relationship, then you should not expect your ex to contact you, because of course you ended the relationship. You made it clear that everything was finished, and hence you shouldn't be waiting for your ex to contact you, because you need to understand that they are respecting your decision and they are moving forward with their life. If you have changed your mind, if you now want your ex back, it is very important that you contact your ex. You need to message your ex, and I've explained in various podcasts what I believe you need to do if you are the dumper and have changed your mind. This isn't the case of sending out any old message to your ex. This needs to be something more specific, and it really needs to hit a few key points. I won't be going into those in today's podcast, but if you want to check information out on what I suggest you do if you are a dumper and want to try to get your ex back, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, ring the bell for notifications, and check out the content that I've done on your own problems, on your own situations that you need to resolve. But in essence, something you need to understand for now, something I'll just say basically right now, is that if you are a dumper and your ex is silent, you shouldn't be surprised. This is what happens when you end a relationship, and if you want to get your ex back, it will involve you reaching out to your ex. So now let's get into point number 2 and the second point of today's podcast about my ex is silent. What does it mean? And point number 2 is if you're a dumpee. So if you're a dumpee and your ex is silent, it likely means that they have not regrown enough romantic emotional attraction for you at this time. If and when they grow enough attraction, they will most likely reach out to you. However, it's important to say that if your ex does contact you, then there is no guarantee that it's from a romantic perspective. The level of attraction towards you may have grown from 0, but it may now only be at the intrigue level or maybe platonic friendship level, just as an example. It's only during the communication stage where things become clearer as for what your ex is thinking, and you can really start to see if you're on the same page and if you're wanting the same thing. Something else important to add is that there is no guarantee that your ex will ever regrow enough romantic emotional attraction for you. We have to accept the fact that there is no 100% guaranteed way to get an ex back, and there is no 100% guaranteed way to hear from your ex again. Nothing is known for certain. The future is not yet clear. So when you was in a relationship with your former partner, you would have both felt a high level of romantic emotional attraction for one another. For various potential reasons, this level of attraction has dropped, it hit a certain low point, and that is why your former partner became a dumper and ended the relationship. You have to realise that at the time of the breakup, the level of romantic emotional attraction that they felt for you was very low, and they will only consider getting back in contact if and when this level of attraction has hit the necessary high point, which is the intrigue level. Like I said, this doesn't necessarily mean that they want to get back with you in a romantic relationship, but at least it means that they are intrigued about you and they want to speak with you. At this stage, depending on how you navigate the communication stage, you will then see how things progress. Maybe you don't want your ex back, but maybe you want to speak with them in a platonic way. Maybe this is something that you will both agree upon. That is absolutely fine. But if one of you wants romance and the other one of you doesn't, then this is not something that I suggest that you progress going forward. So the communication stage is vital. But not all of you will have that opportunity. Unfortunately, I have to give you the facts. I have to speak the truth. Not every dumpee will hear from their ex again. But if you do everything right, then you will increase the chance of one day hearing from your dumper again, because you have the ability to grow romantic emotional attraction in your dumper's mind, even from afar. So even though you are no longer connected, you can do enough of the right things to increase the chance of this level of attraction rising to the point of where your dumper wants to reach out to you. So if your ex, the dumper, is silent right now, what this means is that the level of romantic emotional attraction is not at the necessary high point. Maybe in the future it will be, but nothing can be guaranteed. And even if it is, even if they reach out to you, communication is vital to see if and how this connection develops. So now let's move into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast about my ex is silent. What does it mean? And point number 3 is other possibilities. So there are, of course, other possibilities as for why someone doesn't hear from their ex. Something such as losing your contact details is possible, but very unlikely in the modern world, with so many ways to make contact. Another additional possibility, which is sadly more likely than this, is that your ex has blocked you because they have no desire at this time for you to contact them or for themselves to contact you. Now, sometimes blockings are permanent, we have to accept that, but other times a blocking may only be temporary. I know of many instances where people have been blocked by their former partner, and then in the future they have been unblocked and then they have heard from their ex. This is possible. But I don't want you to be living your life waiting for this possibility if you've been dumped and if you've been blocked, because unfortunately, some people are blocked for life, and you must respect a blocking. You can't try and cheat the blocking and find a way around it, because if somebody's blocked you on one platform, you have to accept that right now, they don't want to hear from you and they don't want to speak to you themselves. And just because you might not have been blocked on every single platform, that doesn't mean that your ex wants to hear from you on a different platform. If you've been blocked on one platform, then consider you're blocked on everything. So other than being blocked, what are the possibilities? Like I said, there is a chance, albeit a small chance, that your ex has lost your contact details. I do not suggest you use this possibility as a reason for you to reach out to your former partner, unless, of course, you fit into the category that I suggest you do reach out. Again, check out my other podcasts to fully understand where you are and what I believe you should do to increase the chance of one day getting your ex back. But if you're thinking to yourself, I don't really believe I should be contacting my ex, however, maybe they've lost my contact details, so that's what I'm going to do, I think that's a bad idea. I think the likelihood of them losing your contact details in this modern world are very, very slim, and it's not really a good reason to reach out to your ex if that is going to harm your chances overall. Now, of course, I'm not going to be able to mention every single other possibility as for why your ex might be silent. The options are limitless. There's an infinite amount of possibilities as for why your former partner may not be contacting you, may not be speaking. But what you need to understand ultimately is that if you have broken up, you are two individuals and you are both single and you are able to live your life in the way you wish to. You shouldn't be thinking that your ex needs to contact you, otherwise they're a bad person. You shouldn't be thinking that your ex owes you some contact after the breakup. They don't. I have to speak the truth here. I have to speak with reality in mind. The reality is you're both single people and you have no reason to necessarily contact each other again. So please don't be thinking, look, my ex is silent. This is really bad of them. They should be speaking. We said we would be friends. These type of things are not likely to last in the long term. Exes who remain friends can only work if both people feel platonic. If one person has romantic feelings and the other doesn't, this is going to be painful. So even if you both agree after a breakup to remain friends, to remain in contact, this is unlikely to work long term. Because even if both people are happy with the situation at the time, maybe in the future they won't be. Things evolve, things move forward, things grow, things develop. So please don't think bad of your ex if they are silent. You've just got to respect the fact you are both single and you are both living your life. If you're meant to get back together, then this will naturally happen via the growth of romantic emotional attraction and the reaching out of a necessary partner. This is what will happen for you to get to communication, to move forward from that into meeting. And if you have opportunity to reconnect, this is what will happen. This will work out and you will grow a new relationship on stronger foundations, which will hopefully be sounder than your previous relationship which ended. At the end of the day, if your ex is silent after a breakup, you must respect this and concentrate on your own journey moving forward, because with or without your ex, you will have a positive future. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.